I don't say much, but we tend to,
You click.
we click, and once in a while, there's that DM of how are you doing? And that's how I came across Jen Mingina, right? And she's here with us in the studios. Now, she is a biker.
And the t-shirt is written Women Bikers Association.
Women Bikers Association. She'll tell us more about that.
Kenya,
When she told me her story, I looked at her like, okay, what's your story? And she's been riding the bike from around the region, Kenya into Kigali, like on a bike. I can't even be on a bus.
No, I can't. So
And someone is on a bike in that cold.
she has done Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda.
And she's a girl.
And a very young girl for that matter. I don't know, but she looks like a young girl. I'm going to ask her how old she is.
Jen, come to the microphone there. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
It's Women's Month. And tomorrow,
No,
Saturday,
is actually
it's the
Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful theme around what they're doing this year. What's the theme?
I have the theme here with me. Just hold on.
Accelerating
Accelerate
action.
Yes.
Accelerate action.
Accelerated action. Yes.
Accelerated action, accelerate action, accelerating action. They could all mean the same thing.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
Women Bikers Association. Tell us about this.
About the Women Bikers Association?
Yes.
All right. So first things first, did you just hear you call me your people?
My kind of people, yeah.
You're his kind of people.
Oh, I'm your...
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
That's a conversation behind the tent
Just
after
take,
the
it
show.
just take it as a compliment.
I think...
Yeah.
Okay.
He really has his kind of people.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
if he
good to
finds
know.
people,
Good to know. Right. So I'm wearing a t-shirt written Women Bikers Association of Kenya. So this is an association of women who have come together and with one thing in mind, to just ride their motorcycles. And we have 4 pillars, or our initiatives revolve around 4 different things. So we're focused on growth and safety, educating people on safety, how to why to wear your proper riding gear, like the whole riding suit.
Like what you're wearing.
Yes,
right?
like
what do you
what
call
I-
these ones?
It's knee guards, riding boots. I have my helmet, I have my riding
These are
gloves.
riding nudes.
These are knee guards.
Knee guards.
Yes.
I had niggers.
Also, me have niggers. So I was wondering, is a nigger being worn now? So these are knee guards.
Knee guards, yes.
Okay.
Yes, when you see me in my whole riding gear, an astronaut and I, same what's up.
You try to wear the helmet. I see how it looks on
You have been, you've been wanting for me to wear this helmet since
actually
I walked in.
I want to see how you look like.
How you
with
look
your,
like when you put it
your
on.
helmet, huge helmet, by the way.
it's
not-
actually the right size. They have different sizes.
It's not a normal motor helmet, the ones we are always wearing. Guys, it's different.
Okay. Okay.
Let her plug it on. But you look really nice. I find women like that, dressed like this, very sexy.
Oh wow.
I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Let this go on record.
Who's this Kenyan actress? What's her name?
Which one?
Who's this Kenyan actress? Remind me.
The one who rides bikes?
No, she doesn't ride bikes. I've not seen her ride bikes, but she's famous in Hollywood.
Lupita Nyong'o. Okay.
Are you cousins, sisters?
Because they look like she looks
Oh,
like Lupita.
I used to get that a lot even when I was in high school. So my
you do?
nickname in high school was Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I had
You
short
actually
hair.
look like Lupita. Are you
Oh,
related?
you look beautiful in that.
Thanks.
I need to take a
Thank you.
picture of you. I think,
Yeah?
come
You want to
here,
take a
guy.
picture of that? No.
Yeah, it looks
Kefa
really
will
good.
have that
The
picture. We'll have
producer
that
is
picture.
doing that. Yeah. It looks really nice.
Interesting. So why did you choose this passion? Riding bikes, especially around the region. Is there anything? Are you paid for it?
No, I'm not. I wish I was. But I'm not. I do it for fun. I do it when I'm free, when I have the time, because I want to explore as much as I can. We are only here for a little while.
I know.
And there's so much to see and very little time. So any free time I have, I am out, I call it gallivanting and exploring with my buddy. His name is Shaddai. Shaddai is my bike.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Shaddai is your bike.
Yes, my bike's
so your
name is
bike
Shaddai.
has a name.
Yes,
Shaddai.
they have names.
Like
Shaddai means mighty. I mean, it's from
Yeah,
the Bible,
mighty.
El
Yeah.
Shaddai.
El Shaddai,
Yeah, so
yes.
that's my, and then the brand is a Harijan warrior. So it's the Shaddai, mighty Shaddai.
Mighty Shaddai.
Mighty Shaddai.
How Mighty Shaddai bikes basically are crazy expensive. How do you even take care of you? I mean, how do you handle this? How do you ride a bike, get to ride all those distances? I mean, it requires a lot of money. Do you have a lot of money?
Or you have a sponsor?
Or you have a sponsor?
I need a sponsor. I don't have one. So I'm putting it out there. If there's anyone who just wants to sponsor a small girl who wants to gallivant on their bike, please, I will leave my email address and my people will speak to your people. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of money is relative. So long as it fits my budget, it's a lot. So I am also, depending on what I want to do, I'm either a luxury traveler or a budget traveler. I have done 3 countries and I camped the whole time. I slept in tents. I woke up and ate local food. So I would go to the local vendors, and eat from there. So that's, I mean, that cuts your budget significantly. And also the fact that it is a motorcycle, like my consumption is amazing. So I'm able to get good value for my fuel.
I think these fuel stations or companies need to look for you, really.
I know,
because,
right?
I mean, they need
Should
to
we
know what kind of
mention
no. They need to look for you because, I mean, you're fueling using their fuel for all those distances.
Yes, I agree.
But also, okay, so being a girl and you're riding all these distances, how do you handle this? Because, I mean, there's a time I'm sure you're in the wilderness and you are alone somewhere.
On a bike.
On a bike. I mean, it's a little bit scary.
When I'm on the road, I really don't think I've ever gotten to the point where I was scared. Because when I'm on the road, I am enjoying the scenery and I have one dope playlist.
Oh, so you're listening to music at that
Yes,
time?
I have my intercom here, so this plays my music.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes.
My
nice.
shades off.
Yeah, so this, I receive calls, I listen to my music and everything.
Through your head, your helmet.
Yeah, so that's the time I have conversations with myself. That's the time I scream. That's the time I cry.
I like your life. I really admire
Yeah, that's
your
the
life.
It's
time
a
I
wild
went.
life.
I know, I love it.
You know,
I don't have the courage to ride bikes.
what speed do you ride at? 60 kilometer per hour, 20 kilometer per hour for you to be able to listen to music and would you go to 120? I fear bikes.
So I mean, I am in Rwanda. The speed limit is 60. So
Speed limit is 60, yes.
my speed limit is 60 because my speed limit is 60. Yeah.
When you're out of Rwanda?
I am not a speed junkie. I will take forever to get to destinations and I don't mind. So when I'm planning my days, if I know I'm going to do like 400, 500 clicks, I'll start my day early. I'll start my day at 3 or 4 a.m. so I cover much distance. And I ride really slowly, enjoy my ride. If I need to take a break, I just stop somewhere, maybe have a sandwich or something or a fruit and then jump back on the road. Yeah.
Listen, I know something about bikes. When my siblings wanted bikes, you know, there would be the thing of our parents saying you will lose your virginity because you're riding bikes.
Yes.
You didn't have
We
a
had
fear
all
like
that.
to ride a bike, you lose your virginity. And so
She
you'll be
doesn't
seen
have fear of
differently.
losing her virginity, is what you're trying to ask?
I don't know.
What are you trying to ask?
Wow. Okay.
Is it just a myth?
That fear. Have you heard of that myth?
I've heard of it, especially with horse riding. I heard of it first from horse riding. I tried horse riding. It is called an elite sport for a reason because you are going to part with a couple of backs. So I tried it. It didn't work out. So I've heard about that in regards to horse riding, but motorcycle riding, not really.
So did you ride a motorcycle while you were still a virgin or you had lost it already?
Please let this go on record that I'm not going to answer this question on air.
Okay, let's talk about women and empowering women. I think for me, this is where empowering comes in. I mean, you're an empowered woman to be on a bike and, I mean, to get to sponsor yourself.
You're so brave.
Exactly.
I don't think I can ride a bike from here up to the border because I'll
no.
break out just to
No.
go through the hills.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
So what do you think? What do you call this? Do you call this empowering? Emancipation? I don't know. What do you call it?
I'll call it freedom.
Freedom.
I'll call it serenity. I will call it living life on your own terms. I'll call it being a lover of life. That's what I say. I'm a lover of life. Yeah.
Do you get those? Because men would. This is the assumption. Men have a funny mentality towards women like you, women who are empowered, women who are living their lives and riding bikes. do you get to have those feelings that men freak out to approach you because you're actually way empowered than they are, you know?
I will say yes and no. I've had instances where riding a motorcycle is a turn on, and I've had
It's a-
instances where riding motorcycle is a
Like
whole
Jessie was
turn off.
super
You're like,
turned
yo, you're super masculine. I'm like, I'm just a baby girl. When I get off this riding gear, I'm a normal lady. I dress up,
You
I clean
know,
up nice.
I make
yeah,
up.
thank you. I can't put
even wore
lashes
lip-
because
you
of my
even-
glasses. Yeah, I'm
you
wearing
even wore
lipstick,
lipstick,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I've had both sides of that stick. So I wouldn't say one.
So do you think men freak out? Some men
some
fear to
do?
approach you.
Yeah, some do. Some are fascinated.
Mm.
Yeah.
I would be fascinated, like Jessie was.
Do you carry men on your bike like they hold you from the back?
Why is it just men?
Okay, you carry women on the bike.
Just to see where this question is going.
Just
For the record, I have no
Jesse.
spare helmet.
Jesse is just trying to ask for to hike a ride from you on your bike.
I saw that.
I want to become brave.
He wants to sit behind your bike, and I'm sure when you sit behind your bike, like their behind is like this. Is it like tilted
you-
bike?
you
I
hold
want
on
to
to
look
the
at it
rider.
right
Really,
now.
no. You sit upright. It's an upright bike. So
It's
you
an
sit
upright bike.
You
yes.
should get the one where it tilts like this, and when people's behind can tilt when they're holding. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
used to
imagining.
admire people riding to the beach.
We did ride. I did do bikes
You
when
did-
I was
you
younger.
did that?
To go to the beach.
You know?
I had to have a biker friend. I loved it.
Oh,
But when you're young, when you're I was a teenager anyway. I did all sorts of things, and I'm very proud of what I did. So I did bikes. It was, but I was bitten by my parents never to sit on those bikes because they got to know that we're escaping and we're going to the beach.
Were you wearing
How-
patras?
I mean, I just see.
That
yeah.
was the reason.
I was slightly smaller than I am. I was small-bodied, nice booty. Everything was good in place. So my parents were not happy with me being on a bike. And you being a young lady, how do your parents handle this when you decide to say, "No, I'm going to be a biker"?
I'm riding to Rwanda.
Yeah.
So when I started off,
Because you're very young, by the way. People need to know this. She's a very young lady.
for the second time, guys,
Yeah.
I have been called young. So let's just say I am Mingina the young.
Mingina the young,
Mingina
the
the
beautiful
young.
one. Yes.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered. Sorry, I forgot your question. Oh, my parents. Okay, gotcha.
How did your parents handle?
So the first time when I started training or learning how to ride, I remember there's one time I think my mom wanted me to do something. I was like, can I do it later? I need to go and do training for my riding. And she was like, oh, you started learning how to ride? I was like, yeah. So we brushed it off. So I finished my riding and everything. I got her bike. I didn't tell her. So I just walked up. I rode to her house. I parked the bike. I parked outside. So I knocked the gate, and then she came and got the gate, and she looked at me. She was like, who are you? She could not recognize me in my gear. Then I was like, yo, ma, it's me. She was like, wait, what? It's you? I was like, yeah. Is that your bike? Yeah, she had to make me get on my bike and ride around for her
she
to
can
ascertain
see.
that that's me. So yeah, I did that, parked the bike, yada yada. I mean, the rest is history. So when I told her that I want to ride when I did my first ride to Arusha solo, I told her after. I told my sister before. Please she forgave me. But then when I was doing my ride to Rwanda, my mother thought I was ballistic mad. She was like, you do realize there's other ways of getting there. Is it that you don't have money for a flight? Oh yeah. And I was like, you don't understand, Ma. It's the fact that I want to ride. It's not that I can't afford a flight. I mean, we had a battle about it, a very huge one, but I mean, she got a hang of it. So right now I'm saying, if I call her and I'm like, yo, Mom, I'm coming home, she'll be like, are you coming with the bike? I'm like, yeah, Mom, I'm coming with the bike.
So have you found fellow bikers in Rwanda?
In Rwanda.
Yes.
Is
Female
there an
bikers?
association?
So there's an association. It's called, there's a bunch of them. There's like 2 of them. Actually, I'm checking my phone right now. I sent the link and some of them are here listening and asking me funny questions. Guys, I can see you. I do not want to mention names. Yeah, but there's an association here. And
Of female
it's-
bikers?
no, of men.
We
Oh.
don't
Male-
have female
male bikers.
bikers
They're
in
not
Rwanda.
female
So
bikers.
there's I've heard that there's female bikers. I know myself, and I know my friend. Her name is Marion. Shout out to her. She's British. She rides here, and I know like sorry, maybe 2 or 3 more.
Rwandan female bikers.
No, they're all expatriates.
We need to
So-
begin up. I will help you.
Or do
I
you
love
want
see.
to see Rwandan female bikers, or they just don't want to lose their virginity?
Jesse.
God.
by the way, just for Jesse's information, just to correct that, people don't lose virginity because of riding bikes.
Yes, Jesse,
Please.
that's a myth.
It's a myth.
It's a myth.
Yes.
Okay, question. What can be done to encourage more younger girls, especially Rwandans, to take up sports, especially these unconventional ones like biking?
I will say get out there. Just do it. If you want to do something, do it. I had conversations with 2 separate ladies here. I had a conversation with one specifically yesterday, and she told me for as long as she can remember, she always wanted to ride a motorcycle. And the reason why she did not venture into it was because of lack of information and lack of people to support. Like when I was starting out to ride, I reached out to a couple of male bikers in Nairobi. They pointed me to tutors and whatnot. And when I needed confidence rides, I would text them and be like, "I need a confidence ride." The next thing, they're like 4 or 5 of them outside my gate honking. One time that you're just seated at home and randomly someone is honking at your gate, you're like, "Yo, what's up? Gear up, we're leaving now." Like, okay. So that gave me confidence. So the fact that the ladies here have unfortunately not had that opportunity has sort of been a derailer. But that doesn't mean that cannot be fixed. I can become their person
need
who
to
honks at their gate.
I swear you have your first client. Like, I really would want to ride a bike.
Awesome.
I'm very adventurous, so I would want to try that.
So in your story, first your mom was hesitant, and then later she opens up. She's asking, "Are you coming with your bike?" Do you think the perception towards girls riding bikes is changing?
It definitely is. It definitely is. And I don't think not even just with our parents, even with the community at large. I think the more they see it, you're gonna definitely have pushback from a couple of people who are like, "No, that's a man's world. That's a man's role. No, not role. Sorry, that's a man's sport. That's a male sport." But there are going to be people who are going to be cheering you on. I assure you, even right here in Kigali, I'm so sure there are people and gentlemen who are very, very ready to help women just venture into motorcycling. But the women have to be courageous. They have to step out. They have to be like, "I got to do this." You got to do it scared. You're going to do it with a lot of fear in you, because that's the only way to do it.
There's no fear of, leave alone the bike, but just the fear that it's a man and a girl out there in a jungle in a thing called we're learning how to do riding. Isn't that dangerous?
Well, it's not dangerous because you are trained how to drive by a man. Isn't that dangerous?
But I mean,
But also, we need to take that perception out of our heads. That
Exactly.
I mean, it's a man's sport. Women are rally drivers, motorsport. They
yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
and they're doing fantastically well.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the difference? I think people need to get. It's just when you love something, you need to put yourself out there,
Exactly.
and put work to it.
Yeah.
There's no motorsport for man and for woman. We all can do what men can do.
International Women's Day this week and through this month, it is Accelerate Action. Beyond sports, Jen,
Yeah.
how important is it for women and girls to explore their creative and artistic potential?
It is very important. I keep saying, if you don't do it, you will never know if you're good at it. If you don't do it and suck at it, you never know, I'm not good at this. If you don't try it, then not trying is generally not failing. But trying and failing is trying and failing forward. Not trying is just basically failing. So if you carry that same mentality from sports to careers to education to wherever you carry, then just go out. I keep saying go out and do it. Go out and do it. Action. That's the theme for this year. Accelerate action. Yeah. Accelerate action everywhere, in every aspect of your life, whatever it is that you want to do. Accelerate action.
And talking about accelerating action, then what urgent steps should be taken to create more opportunities for women, for girls in sport and the creative industry? I believe in your heart of hearts you have a message, something you want to say, and I don't know to what particular category of people in the community. What has to be done urgently? Is it a message for schools? Is it for the Ministry of Sports? Is it just for individuals who are listening to you today?
I will pass a message to generally everyone. And I will say that we need to break the biases and the stereotypes that are around women in anything. There's biases and stereotypes around leadership and women. They say, oh, women, you know, at some point they're going to be out of work because they got to take maternity leave. I mean, we got to procreate, yeah? So if we carry that mentality, then that's a problem. So if we become champion of women and we empower women, we keep saying empowering, but we can empower women, but also to become better, to do better. Hey, I keep saying this word, do better. Someone told me to stop. Okay, anyway, I digress. We can empower women to go out there and do them. It doesn't necessarily have to just be in motorsport. It can be in their careers. It can be in, as I said, advancing their careers. It can be in getting better education, advancing themselves, growing themselves, finding themselves in whatever aspect they want to do it. If you want to find yourself by joining a tennis team, go and play tennis. If you want to find yourself by riding a motorcycle, go out there, do it. So my message will go to the, I don't know if I should call them stakeholders at this point. I can't say I know a lot about the ministry and sports, so I'll be lying if I said I know a lot, and I do not want to lie, but I feel like they can do more. I believe that they can do more in empowering women, especially here in Rwanda, to get into more sports. I've seen women in swimming. I've seen women in motorsport, driving the rally. But I have not really seen a lot of women riding a motorcycle here. I mean, I've seen a couple. There's, I think, 2 who do vuba, who do the delivery for food, which is, I've seen them. I've met one in traffic and we had a little chat. But I will encourage the stakeholders to be very intentional about it. I don't know, maybe make a list of sports that they want women to join and literally hunt for them. It will be easier if someone was hunting for women or putting out information for women to go out there. The same way there's like information on how to learn how to drive a car, there should be information about how to learn how to ride a motorcycle in this country.
Parting shots. I don't think it's just a happy riding.
Yeah.
You've had moments, right?
Yeah.
I just want you to pick on your extreme happy moments during your rides, and also those downturns, during your, because, I mean, there are moments where like, I don't think I want to ride anymore.
Top of my head, I think doing cross-border riding, my hardest challenge has sometimes been the hassle that is customs. Clearing your motorcycle at customs. Yeah, it could take you a whole lot of time doing something that should take you 5-10 minutes. Because at times maybe the system is not working. Please do not come for me. Or just something is happening, and that can, because when you're making your itinerary, you're planning for time, and I need to, I'm planning for this amount of time to do this amount of to be here, and then I get back on the road. So that can be
a challenge.
It can be a whole challenge, yeah.
The happy moments.
Happy moments are bumping into riders and just enjoying a ride. Doing random coffee rides to just grab a coffee and just sit around a table and banter. And I will say just getting on a motorcycle and putting on my gear and the rev of that engine, oh my God, that's happy enough.
Do you also sit down and banter with people who are non-riders?
Of course. I mean, you are non-riders and we banter right now.
I bet someone would want to see where to find you and look at some of your pictures on social media. Are you anywhere visible?
Yes, I am on social media. I am on Instagram as Mingina Jane or Jane Mingina. I don't know which one starts, but I mean, it's the same thing. If you type whichever, it's going to pop. Yeah. On Instagram, Mingina Jane. On LinkedIn, Mingina Jane. I also write. I yap in writing. I don't not yap in person. Like I don't not speak that much. Okay, so I think yes, I am headed there. I'm headed to being a writer. And I write about my travels, some on a motorcycle, some not, just to inform people about information about maybe the countries. I've so far done the
So you
ESC.
vlog.
I blog.
You blog.
Yes, I
blog.
write instead. So my blog is Chronicles of the Untamed.
Chronicles of the Untamed.
Yeah, and yeah, my socials, Mingina Jane, all across.
It's been a pleasure to speak to you this morning.
It's been a pleasure. It's been my
Just
Glad
want
to
a
see
ride.
that. Well, I want that ride.
He
I
wants
just
the
want to
ride.
hold on and be
Please get a
checking
helmet. She has
around.
no extra helmet. she
I'll
said.
find one. I'll find one.
You
And
better.
thanks to you, she has a sport now.
Yeah, I have something to look up to. I
We
really
shall
wouldn't
definitely
mind.
pick up this conversation. So just to mention something I forgot to mention
Yes.
earlier, my friend Marjon and I have come together and created a group
Okay.
for lady bikers in Kigali generally, and we're trying to rope in as many as we can. So if you are a lady biker and you're listening to me, I cannot speak in Rwanda save myself, but translate this one. Please reach out to me on my socials. My name, as I said, my handles are Mingina Jane, and we'll definitely plug you in if you want to just join a community of ladies who ride. We do short rides. We go for coffee on a Sunday morning or on a Saturday afternoonish and grab
That's
a
nice.
milkshake and ride back. I mean, it's polite and it doesn't have to be out of town. It can be around, just get to catch up. And if you are an aspiring lady biker, please reach out. We're trying to work out a way of making riding comfortable for ladies around. If it means getting, I don't want to let in too much. I don't think we are ready to share that yet. But we are working on making, as you said, being trained by probably women will feel more comfortable being trained by a female, a fellow woman.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make that accessible. So working on that, and when it's ready, we'll definitely inform people. But we also started a community on Facebook, so you can join in there, and all the communication will be sent. And yeah, please reach out to figure out a way of helping you join the community.
Jane Mingina on all social media handles. Look out for her. 11 minutes right now after 9 o'clock. We're so late for the news. I want to wish you a happy International Women's Day.
Merci beaucoup, Murakoze Chan.
Right now, the news on Kigali in the morning.
From around the world, the